Hi, and welcome to Spirit Mom. Today at Spirit School, we're going to be talking about grounding. The earth holds unknown magic as well as known. The earth is alive and we are her neurons. She is our earth mother. Father Sky from up high sent down the seed of our soul into the body made by Mother Earth. Now she stands ready to help heal us all. If you are already versed in the world of metaphysics, then you may have heard the term grounding before, as a place to balance out our energies. If you get too much energy while meditating or doing breath work, go and ground and balance your energy. Have you heard the term earthing before though? To me, I consider these the same thing. Earthing is a new movement that the ancients have known about for a long time, but it's becoming mainstream in our scientific world. The earth holds the power of a very large battery, and that battery can be used to charge us back up. How do we utilize this power? By simply having our bare skin on the bare earth. The more skin, the better. Studies have proven that 2 hours of earthing can more than double your white blood cells in the body. It removes free radicals from the blood that causes the majority of our health issues. It balances out our energy, leaving us feeling calmer, yet more energized. The more you do this, the better you will feel. What if it's winter and you live in a building though? What do? There are tools you can buy to earth inside. You can plug them into outlets. If you're low enough, you can plug it outside and have a rope come inside. You can just Google it. There's lots of earthing products coming out. There is a growing market of earthing products that includes the mats as well as shoes to walk in. I once made my own earthing sandals using copper as it's conductive. Cement and stone are also conductive, so you could walk barefoot on it and still be earthing. Asphalt is not conductive though. I found my first documentary on earthing right here on YouTube, and it changed my life. Example time, and this time it's personal. I don't want to disparage anyone that lives in the city, but if I were you, and I would be looking for a road out, whether that's for a day trip or permanently. I grew up in a forest, but as soon as it was time for college, off I went to the city and I never moved back. I technically liked living in the city, especially when it was a nice city. However, due to my husband's job, I ended up finding myself in not such a nice city for 12 years. This led to an unshakable depression. This depression was not solely mental. It was not my own stuff to work out. It was the city itself. Still to this day, if we travel back into that city for whatever misguided reason at the time, I'll feel that heavy, sad, unshakable darkness again. If you live in a city, think about moving out or at least get yourself onto the earth as much as possible. Earthing will also help the body become more resilient to toxins such as air pollution, food pollution, and electrical pollution known as EMFs. We're filled with it now, especially with all the growing 5G networks. And it will also help your body heal better. We live in a world filled with electrical smog, and this will help us heal. Fun fact, it can also lead to weight loss. If ever you find yourself with open earth, take off your shoes. Whether that's outside Walmart for those tiny little pieces of earth you see around you, do it. The obsession with shoes today is the devil's work. Adults insisting their kids wear shoes all the time is baffling to me. Besides actual safety concerns of glass or nails in certain areas, don't wear shoes. Obviously wear them in the store. There's no point because that's not conductive anyways. But don't worry about looking like a hippie. If there's earth to be found, walk on it. If you have to feel some type of way about walking barefoot in the park, that's not your fault, that's society. Just like restaurants have shoes on policies, parks and The earth should have shoes off policy. We need to become more comfortable with looking unconventional. The conventional life that has been built up in this society is not helpful. It's about looking perfect, not about being perfect. The original meaning of perfect was to mean whole or complete, to be holy. This is something we really need to take seriously. For someone looking to be complete, to be perfect within their own body, I've been through it. If you look at my trailer for this show, I actually look like a hippie there, which it might look like I've changed the way I dress now, but actually dressing like the hippie was almost like I was trying to put on a glove that did fit. I liked it, but I also almost more like dressing like this, and this is partly to fit into society, but I just genuinely feel more comfortable dressed like this. But I still live my hippie life. I'll still walk around without shoes on. I still think deodorant's toxic. I still don't wash my hair very much because shampoo is toxic, and organic shampoo doesn't really work that well. I still live the hippie life. I drink my fluoride-free water. I preach about how everything is pretty much poisonous. Unless it's grown by the earth by you and you saw that it wasn't sprayed with toxins, there is a hippie life we can sink into while still looking like or at least I hope I look like I fit into society. And I'm not dressing this way to fit in society. I genuinely feel more comfortable this way. I don't feel like I'm making a statement. Where when you first get into the spiritual world, you do like making a statement. I liked it at the time. I liked making a statement. I was being a hippie, and I dressed like a hippie for years. That was not short-lived. That was long-lived, and I enjoyed it. But I equally enjoy this now. As I've raised my vibration, as I raise the environment around you, I feel like it raises the self. And I just find a cleaner cut look more conducive to my raising vibration. I feel like, well, when you go through the archetypes, which hopefully we'll go through, you start out in the Fool. And I feel like when you're in that Fool archetype, it's fine to fly around and be the willy-nilly person finding where you fit. But as you move through the steps, from the Fool, I went on to be, and you stay these stages for years, sometimes years. So after the Fool, I went on to be the High Priestess and the Magician, because after that you're dual. And now I'm into the Empress and the Emperor. And they are the commander of their ship. Well, he's the commander of the ship. She is the commander of femininity. She's supposed to be pregnant with possibilities and creativity. It's just a very commanding place to be. And I enjoy it as much as I enjoyed being the Fool, and I enjoyed being the Magician and the High Priestess. This certain stage is more streamlined. It's more concentration. It's more, because you're ever expanding. Eventually, I think you end up as the world. I look forward to one day being that. Tomorrow, we will talk about the law of rhythm. Everything has a flow and a balance. Be holy, people. Be perfect, full, and you. Goodbye for now, Spirit Mom.